How are we doing, guys?
What up, DJ?
Hey, Rachel.
How are we doing? How was your 4th of July?
It was good.
Good?
It was good.
It was really good. And I came here today to set the record straight.
Okay, well, it's Friday,
What
so
record?
I feel like anything is going to go today.
Yes,
because
it
it's
is.
Friday.
D. Jones and the Ice Cream Man. Look at this suit. Nice one.
Okay. Well, the wait for this year's most coveted NBA free agent continues as Kawhi Leonard has yet to make his decision known. The two-time Finals MVP has reportedly met with the LA Clippers, the Lakers, and the Raptors. Now let's welcome in NBA insider and our friend to the show, Ramona Shelburne. Ramona, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
You got it. Well, look, I'm just happy it's July 5th and we all got to have a nice 4th of July without having to be on Kawhi watch, because the sense everybody got was it was going to wait through the holiday at least.
No, absolutely. And I feel like we're waiting on the edge of our seats. We're biting our nails trying to figure out what Kawhi is going to do. So what's the latest on Kawhi's much anticipated decision?
Well, listen, the impression that I have is that we're going to get a decision here by the end of the week. This is what I had heard, is that by the end of the week. Now, is that today? Is that Saturday? Is that Sunday? I guess that all qualifies as by the end of the week. But listen, I spent yesterday calling people in Toronto trying to figure out if he was still there. I mean, this is where we are in the Kawhi Leonard reporting process, because the teams involved here, it's like they are operating with this understanding that if anything leaks on their side, it's going to hurt their chances with Kawhi Leonard. I mean, it's sort of like Fight Club, right? What's the first rule of Fight Club? You don't talk about Fight Club. I mean, that's how the three teams operating here three teams involved here are operating. And I think this has been unlike anything we've all covered, because normally in the modern media, there's leaks on all sides, and especially amongst players, where players talk to players and then it gets around. On this one, it's been pretty tight, and the only thing I can tell you is I think we're getting to the finish line here. But whether that's today or tomorrow, by the end of the week is a very general answer.
Ramona, you mentioned the coverage. What has surprised you the most about the coverage thus far?
Well, what's been surprising the most is simply the ability of all of the people involved here to keep their mouths shut and without sharing much information and much insight. This doesn't happen in 2019, okay? About the most we all gleaned from this process throughout is that Kawhi Leonard was in Toronto on a plane because they had the choppers in Canada following him, right? My understanding is that he stayed over there and he was still in Toronto, but we are literally tracking his plane. We're tracking Drake's plane, and Drake seems to be playing a role in all of this. I mean, these are the types of reporting phone calls that I am having that I've never in my reporting career. I mean, like, where are Drake's loyalties? I know he's tight with LeBron, but he's the #1 fan of the Raptors, and he's involved in this. I mean, this is fairly unprecedented for a free agency of this magnitude, but that's where we are with these three teams, and it's unbelievable, really, because the choice between the Lakers, the Clippers, and the Raptors is so different. I mean, going to Los Angeles is very different than going with LeBron James and Anthony Davis, and going to the LA Clippers. Staying in Toronto, running it back with your championship team is so different, and yet we're all tracking planes and seeing where Drake is.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Ramona, for joining us on the show. We'll all be watching and waiting to see what Kawhi does next.
Thanks, guys.
And with that update from Ramona, we still do not know where Kawhi is going to play next season. I mean, literally the entire NBA is watching and waiting, trying to figure out what Kawhi is going to do next and what decision he's going to make. So, Ryan, is Kawhi hurting his potential team with his decision to wait?
He absolutely is. And he deserves to, in the sense that he won the NBA championship. After everything he went through in San Antonio, there's nothing left that he would have to prove to the basketball world. So right now, listen, man, Kawhi Leonard is strutting his stuff, big dog. Hey, Damon, he's letting everybody know, listen, I'm the man, I'm the king, I'm the captain now, I'm in charge. But here's the reality. There have been 93 free agent signings since Kawhi Leonard has been waiting. So every moment he misses out on a guy that one of his teams could get. If you're looking at the Clippers, they got 4 roster spots just about to fill. Raptors, 5 spots. Your Lakers, 10 spots
Why
to
is my
fail.
Lakers?
Because
Why is
LeBron
my
is there.
Lakers?
That's why
I
they
mean,
your Lakers. That's
LeBron's
why.
my guy and everything.
That's the reality.
Yeah.
And you're missing out on guys like Brook Lopez, Thaddeus Young, Jeff Green, Trevor Ariza, Ed Davis. These are valuable role players that maybe there could have been some negotiating, some talking to get them to slide over to one of those teams that he signs with. So the longer he waits, obviously he does hurt the team.
Well, I'm going to say no in this instance for the reasons you said on yesterday. If I drop Kawhi Leonard somewhere, my chances of winning the NBA championship goes through the roof and goes way up. And if that's the case, who cares if we have to wait? Because there are free agents that are going to be out there after he signs. And if you can add a third tier or fourth tier free agent to Kawhi Leonard, you said on yesterday that that's going to get you an NBA championship or get you right there on the cusp of doing so.
Here's the reality, though, D. Jones. This is, I don't want to say my issue, but with the confusion, I'm going to have to call this bluff right here. He knows where he wants to go. There's no question that Kawhi knows. As a player, as a billion-dollar decision that he's going to go out and make, he's made it a long time ago. Now, I'll give the reality. Do your due diligence. Make sure you don't make any mistakes. If it is the Lakers, if it is the Clippers, if it is staying in Toronto that you're not missing out on. So somebody would have to pry him away from his decision. But I tell you 100%, I don't believe that he has no idea and he's just completely neutral to every single organization. He's just doing his due diligence. He's letting everybody know he Kawhi Leonard, dog. That's all he's doing.
He is letting us know that the third best player in the game.
Us. That's what you're saying.
There's a level of Kawhi and Uncle Dennis going out and letting you know, hey, man, this is our time. This is our time. Yeah. San Antonio, you guys didn't believe. Jordan Brand, you didn't believe. Nike, y'all didn't want to step forward. It's all New Balance, baby.
I'm just saying, as a good president and GM, Rachel, you have to have a contingency plan, okay? So if Kawhi doesn't come, you got great stability with the Clippers. They'll put something together, you know what I'm saying, and go to next year. The Lakers, you still got AD and LeBron James, two of the top 5 players in the league. We're going to be able to get somebody to come in here, and we're going to fill this roster out, and we're going to do good, okay? Toronto Raptors, your squad. You like them a lot, okay?
Kawhi.
If he leaves Toronto, Masai Ujiri has been known and regarded as one of the top presidents in this league. I'm sure he has a plan if Kawhi Leonard walks out the door. So I'm not worried at all, and I don't think it's a problem.
But don't you think that's, I don't want to say selfish, but to the team, the other 2 teams that he's not going to pick, they're going to be left out. They're missing out on free agents day after day. And I understand after the first flurry, things have stopped. Things have calmed down. Everybody's waiting for Kawhi Leonard. But in all reality, as some names going to start to drop off the board, those could be guys that, you know, L.A. or especially Toronto or the Lakers, man, we could have went after them. We could have filled those roster spots. And even more so, that would extremely, extremely hurt the Lakers.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why they call it free agency, okay? I have a decision to make, and as an organization, as a team, you have a decision to make. You have to go into free agency with your list of what you want to happen this summer. Who's your top guy? Who's your second guy? And as those people fall off the board, you have to have a contingency plan going down to the end to make sure your team is
I'll give you an example. For the Knicks. The Knicks knew they didn't have a shot, but it was the smartest thing for them to say, you know what, let's move forward, get these guys off the board that we can sign now and not wait for Kawhi because you know you're not getting them.
All right, I just want to point out that when you were talking about the Lakers, you said we. We still have LeBron. We still have AD. You did. Yes, you did. I just had to put that out there. All right, much more debate to come.
You know that she is now.
Zion and RJ Barrett are squaring off tonight in Summer League play. But which one will be under more pressure?